Hi Sagittarius, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that you are well. This reading is for any sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius sign. We'll take a look at the cards. We'll get a sense of the big ideas or awareness for the week, guidance and possible outcomes. I'll also choose a few oracle cards just for additional messages, and hopefully it'll be helpful. Okay, so to begin with, we have the Ace of Cups. And this Ace of Cups, as you can see, it's a hand holding a cup with water flowing out and a dove and beautiful water below. Aces are blessings or gifts or messages from the universe to you about opportunities and direct messages to you to take advantage of a situation, and this would be a situation regarding your emotions. And this could also indicate that you are going to meet someone, that you have the opportunity for dating or for love or for an experience that is pleasurable. It's an experience where you get to express your emotions and to feel good. And that's what the Ace of Cups is all about. It's just very simply positive emotions, letting your emotions flow, and being aware and open to experiences that can heighten or enhance your emotional experience. So, this is typically just always thought of as the potential for meeting someone, or if you're seeing someone that maybe it's a little more serious, but it's the chance to find love and to date and to have these rich, deep experiences that bring out the best of emotions. So it's, right in line with your water element, and it's connected to your sensitivities and to your emotional well-being. So keep your eye open for that. And for more helpful energy is the star. And with this star, you can see the woman here without her clothes is pouring water into the pool and onto the grass, and guided by the big glowing star with the little satellite stars. And in the background, we have abundance, we have nature. The star card is really the calm after the storm. So if you've had some adversity in your life, the past month or 6 weeks or maybe 3 months, this is a card telling you that everything is going to be okay. That's what the message of the star is about, is that you can have faith that everything is ultimately going to turn out well for you. And so when we see the woman without her clothes on, it's a sense of vulnerability. It's a sense of being comfortable and open with who you really are and letting people see that. And it's like, it's okay not to hide. It's okay not to cover up, but to perhaps let your emotional component come out. Maybe people could relate to you and be sympathetic or empathetic to where you are. But this is a card that tells you to have faith and to believe that the universe is going to take care of all matters and put you in good hands. There's a sense here of, it's the purity of spirit of pouring the water into the pool. And again, it's more water energy for you of healing. This is a card that always suggests healing. So if you've had a rough time, take some time for yourself to do something that can restore your energy, can restore your tranquility and your serenity. Whether that is simply exercising, swimming, guided meditation, quiet reflection, listening to music, something that is going to put you in a very calm and relaxing and healing place. Really, though, the star is about simply optimism and hope that it doesn't matter what happens to you in life, that, you have hope. You will always have hope. And you have to remember that, and you have to put that into the front of your mind, that as things occur and perhaps they're not what you had hoped for, still have the faith and the belief in yourself that things are going to turn out okay. So always a nice card to see in a spread. And then we have the Fool. And our Fool here has his belongings in his little knapsack. And he is kind of looking up to the sun. Again, the sun is beaming down and giving some energy and life force. And what is the Fool about? The Fool is about new beginnings, new cycles. It's about feeling that carefree feeling of perhaps doing something that brings you joy, something that brings you such pleasure, and that you're really not thinking about all of the obligations or the minute details that go into things. You're just being present in the moment, having fun, feeling free. This could suggest that you're going to be taking a leap of faith and taking a risk. Now, the thing to think about is that when the Fool turns up in a reading, it's wonderful to take risks and to have that sense of childlike, carefree joy in approaching either new projects or new ideas or, new things in your life, new cycles. But at the same time, there's a difference between taking risk and being reckless. And there's a difference between jumping in blindly and really not kind of looking around. And, you get a sense of that in this illustration with the dog is kind of barking at him like, look out below. That dog could also represent, it could represent the energy of people who perhaps are not agreeing with your choices. So if you're choosing to quit your job to become a freelance writer, or to start your own company, or to travel the world, you may have the naysayers behind you saying, well, what do you mean? You can't, how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to do this? Why are you doing this now? That's something that young people might do. So, the Fool is the energy without judgment. And it's the energy that you just feel so motivated and so desirous to have a new start or something fresh to rejuvenate you, to re-energize you. And, along with this Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, he is ready to roll right into battle. He is ready to head out on his quest, and it probably to be the first one to volunteer to go out there to do things. Well, the swords element brings a sense of clear decision making, of looking at facts, being less emotional, and approaching it from a rational or logical perspective. So I think in tandem with this Fool, that if you are choosing to make a new opening, a new beginning for yourself, that you're going to be using this positive Knight of Swords energy, which is, full speed ahead. I've got all my ducks lined up in a row, and I'm in a position to be able to make this change. I'm in a position to be able to feel this freedom that I'm going to create in my life. So, the Knights can represent energy that you would benefit from. It could also represent energy of or people within your midst. And so this is someone who's not too old, not really old, and not really young, just kind of in the middle there, and has experience and has qualities where they are on the move, on his horse, on the move, making moves. Could indicate some, honestly, some travel too, of getting out there and going somewhere. But really, with the Knight of Swords, that swords energy is collective reasoning and rational thinking, which is going to support anything you choose to do here. And then we have more swords. We have more of the youthful energy and the excitement. And this could be the excitement of learning something new. This could be the enthusiasm of taking on this new project. Pages are youthful. They're hoping to make the progression maybe up to knight and then ultimately up to king. So beginning to learn about their elemental suit. And so with this Page of Swords, you see him, he's kind of standing almost defensively. I always say it looks like he's ready to swing the sword, and is kind of looking off to say maybe, ooh, what's next? Swords can sometimes indicate that, don't think that life is so smooth, that you will face adversity. You will face challenges, but with the swords and with your mind and with your intellectual power, you will have the ability to handle that adversity. You will have the ability to be defensive and proactively defensive in handling yourself. So this is what the Page of Swords brings to you in. And as we continue, we get into some interesting things here. We have the Hermit. And take a look at the Hermit. The Hermit is a wise older person with their lantern, their walking stick on top of the mountain looking down. So at some point for you, you're going to have the feeling or the sense that you need to take a time out perhaps from social engagements, or that you need to take a time out just to do some reflection on yourself and to think about your actions, where you are right now. How have your past actions contributed to where you're sitting right now? This card is about introspection. It's about reflection. It also could tell you that you might be meeting with someone who's very wise and experienced, almost like a mentor, who could shed some light on any moves that you plan on making, who could give you some good advice. But often this is a card that is thought of you taking the time away to do some self-work, to look deep within, to be introspective, and to think about life's questions or life's concerns or your immediate concerns, the things that affect your life. And so, again, the thing to be mindful of is with the Hermit card, it's don't stay too long up on that mountain. Don't get yourself into a place of complete isolation for an extended period of time. A little bit of isolation and self-work is helpful and is good for your soul. It's good for your psyche. But too much of it would be extreme and probably would not be the wisest move. So just be aware of that. Okay, and then we have our wonderful Empress card. And this Empress, she is sitting there comfortably on her chair outside. She's got beautiful trees. She's got wheat in front of her. It's got a heart, very comfortable cushions here. And this is, that's a little hint about this card. It's about abundance and comfort and enjoying the comforts of your life. And so this Empress is really our mother of the earth. It's the supreme mother, the mother of fertility, of feminine energy, of inspiration, and of creativity, and of abundance. So when we see the Empress in a reading, could suggest hopes for fertility or for children. And one of the greatest creative acts that the Empress or woman can do is to give birth, and that's giving birth through a process of months where it takes time. So with this Empress, it's an opportunity for you to be nurturing to yourself, or perhaps nurturing to others who may benefit from some compassion. She's full of love and full of kindness. and is willing to help others and is empathetic and caring. So these are qualities perhaps that you will be demonstrating or showing to someone or nurturing yourself. And really, it's about nurturing love, lots of love, and it's about creativity and being inspired to create and to enjoy life, what life has to offer, and what the earth gives to us in terms of natural resources and, beautiful forests, beautiful lakes, streams, mountains. Be outside. Take the time to connect with nature. So, interesting, the combination between nurturing creativity and analytical thinking, along with some emotional component too. And then we kind of wind up again with the King of Cups. And this is much more enhancement of an emotional, solid type of approach. Someone who knows how to deal with their emotions in a very positive way. And this King of Cups could represent someone who is very loving and very kind and dreamy and romantic and thoughtful and gets the job done fairly and honestly and is someone you would want to talk to. When I look at the King of Cups, I think of healers and people who are doctors, nurses, teachers, or therapists, people that are there to help others and to be compassionate and loving to others. This could be connected to this potential here that you might meet someone with these qualities. Ace of Cups, opportunity to meet someone. You might meet someone again who has got their emotional game together. Someone who is going to be thoughtful in advance and kind of takes care of your emotional needs too. And that also goes with the Empress. The only thing to think about is with the King of Cups, is it too much dreaminess and not enough action and planning? Is it overly done? Is it done to an extreme? But let me take a look here at anything else that I might have missed. But interesting cards for you this month of the Ace of Cups and the Fool and the Star. That's the Empress and the Hermit. It's a lot of big ideas and big things that are kind of swirling for you, which is a new beginning of some sort. But I feel like it's been well thought out of. You've been thinking about it, and perhaps you're getting some good counsel, or you've done some contemplation on whatever changes you plan on making. And you're doing what it takes to be optimistic about the future and taking care of yourself with this nurturing energy of the Empress. So let me take a look at an oracle card for love. We'll get a sense if we can get any more information about love. Commitment. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. So whether this is a relationship commitment, whether this is a commitment to your own good health, and a commitment to you trying to improve your situation, a commitment to work, whatever it may be, to show commitment is really, it's a attribute that ultimately leads, I think, to success. And it leads to your accomplishments and the goals that you hope to have for yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to be committed to your plan and be committed to your belief and your belief system and the hopes and dreams that you have. You really have to buy into it first. Before you can make changes, you really have to be very clear on what your commitment is into putting it into new energies or into new relationships or into new opportunities. Okay, and now I'd like to pull a focus card, a theme card for you. Take time to breathe. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease, knowing you're here. Let's see if I can get that. So this kind of reinforces the star of taking time for yourself to heal, to meditate, to catch up. Life is busy. We have a lot of obligations. We have a lot of things going on. And, you know, when you take the time to relax and to breathe and to enjoy, it just makes the experience that much better. And, you know, how can you do that? Well, you know, carve a little time for yourself. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sit outside, you know, have some iced tea, do whatever it takes for you to catch your breath, to relax and to feel rejuvenated. And again, rejuvenated, committed, optimism, and hope. So I think it's a really nice spread for you. And I hope that you found something helpful here. If you did, please like, share, or comment. I really do appreciate any feedback or interaction. I always respond to comments. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's a great way to stay connected, to show support, and just to be a part of this community. So I thank you very much for your time in watching this, and I wish you the best. So take care. Bye-bye.